0-0-0. That was Abhishek Sharma's World Cup before tonight. Then Chepak happened. 256 runs, 17 sixes. India's biggest ever World Cup score. Hardik finishing with a 23-ball 50. Ashdeep becoming India's all-time World Cup wicket king. And a 22-year-old Zimbabwean kid scoring 97 not out in a match his team was never winning. India survived. Zimbabwe's dream died. And Sunday's clash against West Indies is now a straight knockout, a quarterfinal. We are breaking all of it down. Let's go. Hello guys, welcome back to Two Halves, Two Innings Cricket. Ajay, we need to talk slowly today because we got a feedback from listeners, from our fans that we talk over each other. So we'll be careful tonight, but it's a great win today. I mean, still, I'm thinking there were so many talking points. But before we start, I would like to thank Snapac, our sponsor. So guys, if you are looking to get Vision, Sports Vision, there is a discount code in the description. Please use that if you want to buy anything. So Ajay, let's start from, first of all, our batting. Abhishek Sharma, like we said, 0-0-0, 3 innings of 0, not scoring at all. What an innings he played tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit apprehensive, a bit nervous that it could be another duck for Abhishek, but you know what, he really performed really well. 55 runs off of 30 balls, and I think with him and Sanju, it finally clicked. I mean, but again, we have to take this game with a pinch of salt. I mean, no disrespect to Zimbabwe, but obviously with the opposition, it was good, and it was actually needed for Abhishek to get this score. It's about time he lifted off from his World Cup duck drought, and I'm glad that he managed to get the runs in. And you know what, I think Zimbabwe obviously played into our hands a little bit, obviously, so they were bowling a bit all over the place. There were a few wides. Yeah, the bowling on both sides is very poor. We'll obviously get into India's bowling. But I thought there was good intent. There was good show from India, obviously with Sanju as well. He was looking okay. It was a shame that he got out quite early on. But, I mean, it set the tone. It set the tone for India and the pace to say, you know what, we need to score a big run. Because the maths was there. We had a really poor net run rate, so we had to bat first. And we had to put up a good score, and I'm just glad that Zimbabwe, even though they won the toss, they allowed us to bat first. So whether or not Jay Shah might have had a word with
no.
Zimbabwe.
But wicket was pretty flat. You can see how Zimbabwe scored in the second innings. So obviously we will talk about it. But I mean, what was the tactical switch India did? Rather than Ishan opening, they opened with Sanju, and that probably put some doubts in Zimbabwe's captain mind, because if you see, our openers are getting out from an off spinner every game, if you see most of the games. So that was a little bit of tweak, right? So then they could not open with the off spinner. I think that was a good change.
Yeah, and I think that was probably what they were talking about. I mean, the whole kind of three left-handed batsmen when it came to Ishan, and then obviously with Abhishek, and then Tilak. Yeah, and then obviously Surya being the only one kind of right-handed batsman in between that top four order. So I think it was a good mix. I think obviously Zimbabwe were saying that they had some tactics and they had some plans before the game on how they would really counter on India's top order. But it was good to see Sanju, and I think obviously the fact is that none of our openers have been really good except for Ishan. He played that amazing knock in the group game. But again, none of them have been firing on all cylinders. So I think now we probably need to stick with Sanju and have Abhishek opening, and then having Ishan at number 3. And I think that worked okay because Ishan made 38 runs as well. So, you know, everybody contributed in the game. So it was good to see that kind of, you know, batting order. And I think we have to do that with the West Indies game as well. We've got to be confident, don't be scared. And we've got to be able to kind of post a very daunting task. But the main thing that we need to do is to win the bloody toss. That's the main thing we've got to do.
Tosses again.
We're not winning tosses, that's it. And these are fine margins in this type of, you know, scenario when it's a knockout, effectively. If you win the toss, you've got a bit of an advantage, you know? So that's what we've got to look at.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. But like you said, Ajay, everyone contributed. I think good to see Tilak back in form, good to see Abhishek back in form, and Pandya as well scoring his 50. But Zimbabwe actually, I don't think they bowled pretty well. And then they dropped 2 simple catches as well. So I think if you see in the longer form of the game as well, it was a good practice game for India, if you see that, right? Especially for batting, because we got our players back in form. But India so far been very underwhelming. in this World Cup. They're not been playing as like champions, and they're not playing as like they're the favorites. I don't see that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right in saying that we've not really hit our full potential. I mean, like if we look to the kind of coming into the World Cup, you saw kind of the games against South Africa, games against New Zealand. You kind of thought, yes, there are some good innings. You know, Surya Kumar hit some great innings. Abhishek was on fire. The bowling was good, but it just seemed to capitulate in the group games. You know, we barely got through with like USA. Obviously, Pakistan was probably the most convincing win.
Exactly.
Out of all of it, and Namibia was not the best. You know, I mean, like I said, Abhishek has had a really poor start. So, is it one of those ones for India now? Is that are we going to peak? Are we going to be able to kind of peak against West Indies and then take that into the semi-finals and inevitably into the finals? So these are going to be the key questions, and I think for the likes of Gautam Gambhir and the team and with Sky, they're going to have to really, add pressure onto the players and say, look, guys, we need to perform better. But I think the main issue is definitely the bowling. I think the bowling has been quite underwhelming. I mean, we've not taken opportunities, except for, like I said, in the Pakistan game, to really bowl the opposition out quite easily.
Even if you see, even the last game as well against South Africa, only Bumrah and Ashdeep bowled well. And even tonight, what the hell? Okay, I understand. We want Dube to have some practice, but I don't see him as an all-rounder. I just see him as a batter, even no batter as well. Like I haven't seen him scoring like great, because I think he comes at 5-6 anyway, so it's not like he's gonna score hundreds. But only good one innings against Pakistan as well. But against Holland, I think that was against Netherlands. I think if I remember, he scored a good innings, but he's not an all-rounder. Why are we letting him bowl and then he's getting smashed? His confidence will go down. I don't agree with that. What do you think on that?
Yeah, I mean, Shivam Dube had a nightmare. I mean, 2 overs for 46.
Exactly.
That's horrible. 23 economy. I mean, there were so many wides bowling. I mean, it was almost like you had to play him on an airport in a runway in order for him to get in between the lines. That's how bad he was bowling. It was like, who gave this guy a white ball? It's like he was holding the white ball for the first time in his hand and asked to bowl 6 balls. Yeah. He just didn't know. He was like, how many balls can I rack up in an over? It was a no ball, then it was a wide, 2 wides, and then another no ball.
Yeah.
It was very hard to watch, and I think Gautam Gambhir needs to make a serious decision about whether they keep him just purely for his batting and not give him the ball, unless the situation demands that he might get 1 over or 2 because the situation's running okay. But I can't trust him to be a bowler. I think he's not a bowling all rounder. It was a terrible display, and he's not. Yeah. He had a good. I think it was in the Asia Cup. I think he opened the bowling against Pakistan in the final, and he did all right there. I mean, maybe the pitch suited him better, but he was off his line. He was off the mark. He was really easily picked, and it's a bit of a shame to have somebody of the caliber of Shivam Dube being absolutely tonked by these Zimbabwe batters. I mean, again, not to disrespect Zimbabwe, but in rankings terms, if they're tonking him, what are West Indies going to do? What are New Zealand, England, what are South Africa going to do?
West Indies bad deep down the order. We saw this today, right? They were 7 down. They still scored 100, whatever score they scored. I mean,
77.
77, yeah. I don't agree. I mean, it's okay if he's in form, we can give him bowling. But at the moment, his bowling is not up to notch, right? I was thinking he's probably his friend, the 22 years Zimbabwe, to score 100. You score 100, right? I'll give you no balls. I'll give you wides. I'll give you a chance to score your first 100. But it wasn't good performance at all. And I mean, what's happening to Varun? He's been spanked last game. He's been spanked against Zimbabwe as well. Are these wickets we're talking about because wickets are not suited for his bowling, or he's out of form as well? I mean, he's a big worry, to be honest.
He's a big worry. I'm glad that you brought him up because he again, coming into the World Cup, he was good. He was on fire in the series against, I think, South Africa and New Zealand, but not performing well at all. Again, being absolutely hit. So whether or not the opposition are targeting him because they know that he's India's biggest threat, but he just doesn't seem to be again hitting his line or improving on his variations because his economy today as well. I mean, he went for 8.75, but that's still higher, and obviously this is against a team, again, no disrespect to Zimbabwe, but if he's going to play against the likes of a Santner, a Glenn Phillips, or playing against Harry Brook or playing against Phil Salt, it is worrying for India. And obviously our spin up options are not particularly the best either. I mean, if Kuldeep Yadav isn't hitting form, Varun isn't hitting form, then you're leaving it really to Akshar and and either Washington Sundar, and they've not been good either. So India's bowling, like you said,
well.
bar Jasprit Bumrah,
Arshdeep, yeah.
is there's non-existent. Hardik, fair enough. Hardik can give you 4 good overs, and he was good as well for 3 overs for 21 today. But we're really struggling. So unless Jesse and Arshdeep clean up the game, it's going to be very, very tricky. I think.
Yeah, and we saw that against South Africa. They both of them got 3 wickets early on, and then we just didn't perform at all in bowling after that, and South Africa smashed us in every corner. Coming on to the fielding, I think fielding was okay tonight. But would you like to see any changes because next is a knockout game against West Indies? I know we're going to talk about South Africa West Indies game as well, but they are a formidable side. They have hitters all throughout their lineup. They can hit sixes like for fun, and you know how powerful hitters they have. So would you like a change in Indian team? Bring Kuldeep instead of Akshar or Varun?
I don't know. I don't think Kuldeep would actually be a good shot because these West Indies, they've got good leverages on their batsmen. They're tall. Like if you look at Jason Holder, you look at Rutherford, they would tonk Kuldeep Yadav, I think. I'm actually worried. I think pace would probably be the best because if you look at how South Africa played, I think Ngidi got 3 wickets.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, regardless of whether you're bowling towards the pitch, if the pitch is spinning or whatever, but I think you have to play your best bowlers. And I think obviously DSP 100%. Saab is in the dugout. I think it actually would be maybe wise to look at 3 fast bowling options against West Indies because if you looked at South Africa, they had Marco Jansen. Yeah. They have Rabada and Ngidi.
Rabada, and maybe Bosch,
and Bosch as well. So that was 4 bowlers. And honestly, watching Bosch on the last over, he was fantastic. He was angling in the ball to the pads. And that's why I think that's the only way I feel you'll get at West Indies is if you bowl those Yorkers because like I said, they're tall batsmen. They can't get down as easily. They're not as versatile or as expansive as like maybe a Shankishan or like if you look at David Miller, you look at Quinton de Kock because they're a bit smaller in frame. They can kind of tonk the ball behind you, behind the stumps. So this is the thing. It's going to be a big, interesting, switch in terms of India. But fielding wise, I think obviously, I was a bit disappointed that Rinku dropped a catch. I think if he picked up that catch, and I think that was a that was I think was that Bennett had dropped, or I think he dropped Marumi. No, I think he dropped Marumani.
Oh, okay,
he dropped Marumani. But again, these type of things you just got to be perfect in the field. So Rinku is only my question mark. I don't know because does he get an opportunity to bat when he did? But bat?
I don't think he
didn't score any runs.
No, but he didn't. So, he wasn't in the team today, was it?
He wasn't, but he was in the field. He was in the field today.
Oh, he just came over for someone else.
Yeah, he was a fielder. So then that's the question. Is it a case of if you put a Siraj in, would that be at the expense of Rinku? And then you've obviously got Shivam Dube and Akshar in.
No,
as well.
But then Ajay, we won't. I think this team will play the next game as well. If you see this, they brought Sanju in instead of Rinku. I don't think they will change that moment. If they have to bring Siraj in, they have to take either Varun off or Akshar. And I don't think they will take Akshar off either because he can bat. So it will be Varun. Yeah.
It might be. It might have to be. Like I said, because spin. I don't know how well Maharaja did today. So Maharaja.
He got spanked as well. West Indies.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. Is West Indies love spinners. So Maharaja got hit for 43 runs, and obviously, I mean, Jansen got hit for 50 runs as well. But I would like to say on behalf of all Indian fans, I think I'll use a quote from FIFA president. Giovanni, what's his name?
Giovanni
Infantino. Gianni Infantino. And from all Indians, I can say today I feel South African. today I feel like Adam Markham because we needed that. We needed that win. Yes. I mean, talking about how well India either played or didn't bowl well. The main fact is that we're still in this competition because of South Africa. So, like I said, on behalf of all Indian fans, thank you, South Africa,
thank you,
for that win.
Exactly. But if you see, they were 83 for 7. I thought, there you go. If they get out of 120 and South Africa score 120 in 10 or 11 overs, there'll be good run rate for India too. So, but then again, in either way, the main thing was South Africa to win. And South Africa actually performed amazingly well. I know they gave away a lot of runs at the end, but if you see overall game, their game was top notch.
Game was almost perfect. Yeah. Because perfect. In the batting, They only lost one wicket. Quinton
One
de Kock.
wicket, exactly.
But I mean, Aidan Markham looks on fire. His form looks good.
Yeah.
And they've obviously got as well Ryan Rickleton. Rickleton looked good. I mean, these
Yeah.
guys obviously didn't perform as well against India because we did take the 3 wickets down early. But that's what I mean with South Africa. I mean, David Miller's there, Marco Janssen's there. They've got such good depth. So South Africa, I mean, you think about the 2024 World Cup, they could have easily won it against us. So this is a team I'm definitely putting my hat down and saying that this team, South Africa, will be in the final. I think they'll be in the final because if they have to play either of New Zealand or England, depending on how their group game goes, I think they would do really well against those teams. So it looks like a shoo-in for South Africa to be in the final. So hopefully India can reach that too. I mean, Rohit, are you convinced? Are you convinced about India?
I'm not at all, Ajay. I'm not at all, Ajay. I mean, the way we are performing, I know they always say, right, you need to peak at right time to win a cup, win a tournament, like Australia did and used to do as well. And maybe that was the win tonight. Especially with batting, everyone had a chance to score like 20, 30s, 50s. Maybe that was a turning point tonight. But again, I am worried about bowling. 100% I'm worried about bowling. I don't see us, even if it is semi-final, I don't see us beating. Maybe if either England or New Zealand, depends on their game tomorrow night, who will be the top. And then we'll be definitely second if we win the knockout. So let's see. It's a big game on Sunday. It's a quarterfinal.
So, in your opinion, Rohit, what would you like to do? Would you like to chase, or would you like to set the score first?
I'll chase, put the score on board. I'll definitely put the score
India
on board.
to bat first, yeah?
India to bat first, yeah. India to bat first. I think there is a pressure game always. I'm an old school guy, right, guys? I don't like chasing. I'd rather put runs on the board. Depending on, again, for 2023 World Cup final, I want to say everyone, guys, I want you to bat second on that because of the pitch, because of the surroundings. But for normal game, I will always bat first to put score. Yeah,
I think we're playing in Kolkata. Are we playing Kolkata?
Yeah, I don't know. We can check where we are playing, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be very difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, either or, it's gonna be. It has to be, India has to put on their best performance. So if you talk about peaking...
Oh, yeah, we're going to Eden Gardens. Yeah,
Eden Gardens. So if you talk about peaking, we have to probably peak at that game.
We have to bat first because of the dew here, Ajay. We have to bat first because Eden Gardens had a lot of dew. Yeah, we have to bat first. We have to win the toss, like you said. We have to win the toss. Guys, please. Hey, Bhagwan, please let us win the toss. Let us bat whatever way. Bat first. Put the score 250 again. Get them out to give them some confidence going into the semi-finals. But it's a pressure game. But let's see. That's what you're in the World Cup. You have to play pressure games. Let's see what the team is about now.
Well, that's it. I mean, it wasn't an easy route to the 2024 final either. So we've had to play and beat good teams. But is it just this India team, without the likes of, Rohit and Kohli? Can they step up? And Surya Kumar's, I think Sky's captaincy is going to be really in play, I think, when it comes to this tournament and whether or not he wins it. But it's been a bit of a roller coaster with this team. You don't really know which is the best 11, there's always that middle part of the team. Who do you put in? Sundar, Akshar, who's the next bowler? Who's that fifth bowling option? Hardik has been okay, but not with the bat recently. But then he did score a good 50 now. So hopefully, like you said, India can take this, confidence of beating Zimbabwe into Sunday. And with the home crowd, like you said, Eden Gardens, fantastic venue, fantastic atmosphere. Yeah. Let's root for India and let's see if the Bharat Army, the Indian Army, can really pull through this one.
Yeah. Come on, guys. That's it. That's for me and Ajay here. Winning is good, but let's win further. Let's take one more step ahead. Win the knockouts, some kind of quarterfinal.
Win comprehensively. That's what you want to say. Win comprehensively.
I just want the confidence. I just want that's a good word, comprehensively, guys. Let's go. Support our team India. And hopefully they will win the quarterfinal knockout game against West Indies. We reach the semi-final first, step by step, game by game. But the first step is winning against West Indies. So guys, please let us know what are your thoughts about tonight's game and especially our bowling. And what do you think India's chances are to reach the semi-final against West Indies and then win the final, whoever comes in the finals. And can India lift the trophy of T20 World Cup again, third time? Let's see. And please don't forget to subscribe, like. There you go. I'm wearing my t-shirt as well from Two House Tuning. So guys, please like us, subscribe, and follow us on our social media channels. Like we said earlier, your like, your subscribe inspire us to make more episodes like this. And please keep giving us feedback like you did in the previous episode. So take care, stay safe, and bye for now.